Hello and welcome back to 10-Minute Stories, a brand new channel based out of the UK. Yes, I am a real person, not a robot, and I'm aiming to bring you interesting insights into man's achievements across land, sea, space, farming, mining, engineering, anything you guys want to hear about. Let me know in the comments. If you've got a particular subject that you'd like to hear a 10-minute story about, drop it in the comments. I will endeavour to get back to you and record that content. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe. It really helps the channel and it will help me to bring you more stuff which I hope you find really interesting. So what are we looking into today? We're looking into our friend Elon's huge success, SpaceX. Pioneering the future of space exploration. So we know that in the vast expanse of the cosmos, and I don't think we really understand yet how big the cosmos is, one company really has emerged as a massive trailblazer in the space, a visionary force driving our quest, humanity's quest to reach the stars. And this is the story of course, that company, which is SpaceX. And I would say SpaceX is an enterprise that's rewriting the rules of space exploration. So in the next 10 minutes or so, we're going to delve into the history, achievements, and the ambitious goals of SpaceX, just exploring where the company's role is and where it sits in shaping the future of all things space travel. So personally, I'm genuinely, absolutely fascinated by SpaceX. So one of the questions I have is, how have they achieved so much in a relatively short period of time? So they've been around since 2002, which is 21 years. And you'll see as we progress through the story, in 21 years, they've come a long way, literally. So is it Elon driving this progress, or is it due to the amazing team of people that is employed at SpaceX to drive the company forward? I don't think we'll really know unless you work there. You probably really don't know the answer to that question. So SpaceX currently has 13,000 employees, huge workforce, but when we look at what they've achieved, the size of the workforce versus the achievements isn't actually that big. Is Elon from the future? Who knows? Maybe we'll never know. So SpaceX, they've had a lot less time and resources than, say, NASA. And significantly less funding, yet they've invented reusable self-landing rockets, and if that's not straight out of sci-fi, I really don't know what is. In 2022, the last published account, SpaceX took $4.6 billion in revenue. I'd absolutely love to know how much they spend every year. Running technological development and 22,000 people is not cheap. So SpaceX, or Space Exploration Technologies Corp, was founded in 2002 by, as we all know, visionary entrepreneur Elon Musk. And his dream was really to make space travel more affordable, but radically to enable the colonization of other planets. And we've all heard Elon talking about his quest to conquer Mars. So Elon's pretty busy. He's also running X, which of course was formerly Twitter. He also runs Tesla, and love him or hate him, is a total visionary who's achieved more in his lifetime than I think hundreds of millions of people combined could ever achieved in theirs. So in his own words, Elon said that the idea behind SpaceX was to effectively develop the technology that would eventually take us to Mars and beyond. Now, we know other spacecraft have been to Mars, right? So numerous spacecrafts and rovers have been to Mars to study the geology, climate, potential of past life or potential of future life, but nobody else has actively said they want human life to exist and colonize the planet. So who else has been to Mars? Well, the rovers Curiosity and Perseverance, I think, are still live as of, what are we on now, the 28th of September 23. Curiosity and Perseverance are still exploring the Mars planet surface. So let's go back to the start of SpaceX. We've looked at where SpaceX wants to be in terms of colonizing Mars. Let's go back to the start. So SpaceX's journey began with Falcon 1, which was the first privately developed liquid-fueled rocket to reach orbit, and that was in 2008, which seems like a lifetime ago, but it's actually not. Between 2006 and 2008, after that first success of reaching orbit, there were several rocket failures for SpaceX and funding problems and the real threat of bankruptcy. And it's, interesting that Tesla and SpaceX had funding problems at the same time. Elon's life probably wasn't very pleasant at that time. But on the 28th of September 2008, a successful launch marked the beginning of a series of groundbreaking innovations in rocket technology for SpaceX. Falcon 9, with its reusable first stage, became a game changer in the industry. And, the whole concept of reusable self-landing rockets, to me, it's like the stuff of films like Alien. It's like what mankind imagined space travel to be 20 years ago. So former SpaceX engineers say the reusability aspect of rockets was revolutionary. It drastically lowered the cost of reaching space, it drastically lowered the risk, and it opened up new possibilities for space exploration and commercial satellite deployment. And don't forget, SpaceX's revenue, or a lot of it, comes from being paid to take people and satellites into space. The Dragon spacecraft made history in 2012 when it became the first privately built spacecraft to visit the International Space Station. Again, 2012, a massive milestone for SpaceX. This really was the most significant milestone in the commercialization of space and paved the way for future crewed missions to the International Space Station. In May 2020, SpaceX achieved another historic feat when they successfully launched NASA astronauts Douglas Hurley and Robert Buchanan to the ISS aboard the Crew Dragon spacecraft, marking the first crewed launch from the US soil since 2011. So that's the first crewed launch in 9 years. Just think about that for a moment. And this Crew Dragon mission and other missions signaled a new era in American space exploration, with private companies now starting to play a crucial role in government-sponsored projects. Really, you could say that they were kind of taking away the crown from NASA, pushing the development of space and getting the US government spend diverted to them rather than NASA and other organisations. I really do wonder how much SpaceX charged the US government, to be honest. It's not like hiring a car from Hertz for the weekend, is it? So, as we've talked about before, SpaceX's ambitions extend beyond Earth's orbit, and because of that, Starship, the name of a new spacecraft, is currently in development. And Starship really represents Elon's audacious mission to make humanity a multi-planetary species. Elon himself says that Starship is the key to enabling human colonization of planets far away like Mars, and they've always been working on building a fully reusable spacecraft, again going back to the world of sci-fi. They can carry large numbers of people and cargo to other planets. SpaceX have been testing quite a lot of different prototypes in Texas, and these prototypes aims to push the boundaries of rocket technology in a safe and sustainable way, with ambitious goals of achieving orbit and beyond. And wouldn't you just love to work for SpaceX? I know I would. I'd find it absolutely fascinating. So some of those tests in Texas have faced massive challenges, but they really have overcome those challenges, and that reflects SpaceX's willingness to take risks, find failure, and iterate rapidly to find success. So SpaceX is not the only focused project on deep space. Improving connectivity here on Earth, the Starlink project, again part of SpaceX, again aims to create a global satellite internet network. So Starlink has been a game changer, providing internet connectivity via satellites and dishes on the ground in rural and remote areas, and it's providing high-speed internet where traditional infrastructure doesn't exist. So there's another YouTube channel called Living the Sky Life, that's Sky with an E, S-K-Y-E, and there's a couple of YouTubers up there in a very, very remote area of the UK, and Starlink has given those guys the ability to be YouTubers, upload heavy content in an area of zero mobile coverage on a remote island in Scotland off the west coast of the UK. So if you've got time and you want to have a look at Starlink in action, go check out Living the Sky Life on YouTube. But back to SpaceX, stop waffling. So lots of controversies and challenges in terms of SpaceX's organizational development and history. There's a lot of chats and concern about space debris. Obviously, if a spacecraft hits a bit of debris junk in space, it can be terminal for the spacecraft and the people inside it. Loads of controversy around Elon's old Tesla Roadster, which is still floating around in space. It was a publicity stunt. There's a fake astronaut pretending to drive it. He's called Starman. And hopefully we'll have some nice video footage of Starman drifting around in space so you can have a look for yourself. So while SpaceX push boundaries and it creates tensions, balancing innovation and safety with sustainability has always been a massive challenge for SpaceX. And why wouldn't it be? They're doing things which no one has done before. It's not as though they can pick up a book or watch a YouTube video like this that's going to tell them how to do it. And as we look to the future, as SpaceX write the book and the YouTube videos about how they do what they do, they continue to aim for Mars colonization and, of course, lunar missions and beyond. And their journey is far from over. They're continually pushing the impossible to the possible to make space more accessible for everybody and to write the next chapters, whether in a book, analog, or digital like YouTube. So thanks for joining me today on this exploration of SpaceX and their crazy, incredible journey. I always watch the skies when there's no cloud cover. I always dream of stars and dream of the cosmos and dream of the future. So thanks to SpaceX for keeping everyone's dreams alive. Again, thanks a lot guys for watching. Please do like, subscribe, and check out my other content. Thank you.